Teresita Urrea was born, the illegitimate daughter of Don Tomás Urrea, on October 15 of 1873. Teresita's status as a servant caused her to be friends with a curandera named Huila, who provided her with a vast amount of knowledge regarding integrative medicine. At the age of 16, Urrea was finally invited into her father's house. However, unfortunately, she fell into a 3-month coma the same year.
Teresita reported to have been spoken to by God while in coma, reassuring her of her mission to serve the less fortunate. After her near-death experience, many began noticing Urrea's supernatural abilities. She soon healed illnesses, made predictions about future events, and possessed the power of astral projection. Urrea received the status of a healer and began to acquire a large amount of followers, for they would come from all over Mexico in order to be healed by this saint. Her healing powers garnered her the title of Santa de Cabora, yet she famously dismissed the title and credited herself as simply an individual doing the work of God. Soon her religious opinions and sermons of social justice began influencing villagers, ultimately leading to the Tomochic Rebellion of 1896.
Urrea eventually influenced her followers' religious beliefs. The young curandera did not agree with the notion of needing to pay the church to acquire the assistance of a priest, nor to have sins forgiven. However, a local priest named Manuel Castelo pronounced that Urrea was proclaiming blasphemous ideas. Angered by his comments, villagers proceeded to violently conspire against Castelo, and so began the Temochic Rebellion. This event came to be extremely significant in Urrea's life, for it was what first made her a threat to Mexican dictator Porfirio Díaz. Once exiled from Mexico, Teresita Urrea migrated to El Paso, Texas, where she hoped to obtain a house of her own. She became notorious among those in favor of Díaz for holding revolutionary meetings along with a close friend named Lauro Aguirre. In response to the Temochic uprising, Urrea called for El Plan de Temochic, reinstating the Constitution of 1857. She hoped to provide Yaqui Indians affected by Díaz with the freedom of religion and equality among men and women. Her outspokenness against Díaz unfortunately led to numerous assassination attempts. Due to this, her father soon relocated the family to a new household near today's El Paso Historical Society.
During her stay in El Paso, Teresa became acquainted with El Independiente journalist Lauro Aguirre. Aguirre was a newspaper editor known for his involvement in several revolutionary movements. However, he was mostly associated with encouraging Teresista uprisings. Teresita's impression on Aguirre led him to believe that she was the only person capable of appealing to large crowds and turn them against Porfirio Díaz. For that reason, in 1896, Teresita was added as co-editor of El Independiente alongside Lauro Aguirre. Many newspapers, such as El Paso Times, accused Aguirre of using Teresita's fame to raise funds with which to boom their paper. No one ever really knew which articles were directly written by her. El Independiente newspaper was a symbol of aspiration to the followers of Teresita during the Tomochic Rebellion. Urrea did not only situate herself in El Paso, she also traveled throughout the United States under an organization called the Medical Company. Urrea soon predicted that she will die at the age of 33, the same age that Christ did. In perfect conjunction with her self-proclaimed prophecy, she celebrated her last birthday on October 15, 1905. In 1906, there was a major flood in Clifton, Arizona, and Teresita went out in the dreadful weather. Teresita became ill with tuberculosis and shortly died on January 12, 1906. Teresita Urrea is an example for both men and women because she wasn't afraid to be the voice of justice and to use her skill sets to aid those who were often neglected.